Hi there, Zamin for NerdTube, and this is my Shogun Season 1 spoiler review. I said my spoilers to tell you the truth because this is a very complicated plot of a series where it's really hard for me to explain everything that's going on. But without doubt, this is, in my opinion, the best show of 2023 so far. Shogun Season 1 was phenomenal, much better than I could ever expect it to be. Not just in the storyline, the cinematography, the whole look, the costumes, the designs, the locations. It was spot on. Chef's kiss perfect. Everything you want in a series, especially with people who are looking for that next Game of Thrones, you're going to get it with this particular show. Hiroyuki Sanada plays Lord Toranaga. He is a man where other factions within Japan are looking to take him out. He's also a man who kind of realizes through meeting an Englishman called John Blackthorne, who he renames as Anjin and Hamatoto and various other, new aliases. He finds out through this Protestant Englishman that the Portuguese who have already found Japan and are doing business with them and trade are kind of infiltrating Japan and probably looking to make Japan a Portuguese colony. Obviously, Lord Toranaga doesn't want this, and other factions within Japan are maybe willing to sell out the country in order for riches and gold and maybe being the head of power, so to speak, but they might believe that the Portuguese might have more influence than they realize or things like that. It's kind of complicated to put it all together, so to speak. But regardless, once that Game of Thrones element starts coming into play and we see all these sort of chess matches being played by various characters, it becomes absolutely fascinating. People die off, people you don't expect to die off, they end up getting killed. Lots of shocks and horror moments, gore galore. My God, people are getting slaughtered left, right, and center in this show. It is fantastic. It ticks all the boxes. I had a great time watching this particular show, and I'm a bit concerned about the future because I want to be very quick about how I speak about this, but I don't want to give too much away because what people want after watching season 1 of a phenomenally good show is a season 2. But if a season 2 does happen, it's gonna have to happen in a way that the story will be written by new writers, because book 1 of Shogun is pretty much the entire of season 1. And how book 1 ends is how season 1 ends. So if they do want to continue with this story narrative and take it in whatever direction they can take it in, then they're going to have to create new stuff, so to speak. Like they've got nothing to fall back on when it comes to continuing this story because it's all been told in this first season. And that's scary thought, but I am willing to take that chance because at this moment in time, season 2 hasn't been confirmed, but with 9 million people watching season 1, they have to give it a shot. This is a very popular show, more popular than people realize, even though majority of this show is in Japanese, so you will have to be reading subtitles, but people don't care because it's just so intriguing that you're willing to put up with these particular things. And with the performances and the settings and the locations and the action scenes and the drama and the intrigue and all of these things melded together with fantastic characters as well. I mean, bring it on. Season 2, give it a shot. Find some fantastic writers who can take on, what they can from this book and direct it in a way that we can get several seasons of this amazing story. Because this is the Game of Thrones that we've all been looking for, the alternative Game of Thrones. And I can't wait to see more. The way season 1 ended, you did feel that more is yet to come. Like it didn't feel like the book was closed, even though there's only one story of this particular book, and the writer never continued this particular saga with additional books. But regardless, the way the story ended, we need more to conclude all these loose threads, so to speak. You feel there's a big war on the horizon, but it hasn't happened yet. You feel like the Anjin, John Blackthorne, so to speak, there's more to come from him, but we haven't seen it yet. We're still seeing his arc as a man who's immersing himself in the Japanese way of life. Lord Toranaga, he's such a complex guy. One minute you think he's smart and good, and then you realize he's kind of backwards at times, and a little bit stuck in his ways, and so many people ask a request from him, and he says no more than he does say yes. He doesn't give in to anybody's needs and desires. Fascinating. Mariko, Lady Mariko, what a great character she was. A translator, somebody who was able to converse, both in English and in Japanese. So it helped John Blackthorne when he first came to Japan to, communicate with the Japanese people. She was there, and a great character too, and so many other characters as well. I don't want to go into them too much, but there's a ton of them, memorable ones. Some of them don't last the course, but actually there is one particular character I want to bring up, and that is played. And this guy is played by the actor of Tadanobu Asano. He played Kashigi Yabushiji. God, I'm butchering these names. And he seemed like a sort of treacherous character, but my God, the performance was fantastic. It really was. Phenomenal performance of a man who seemed like a slimy asshole, and did some terrible things, but at the same time, once he felt like he went too far, the guilt he was suffering, you could see that in him as well. Somebody you thought wasn't capable of feeling guilt ended up being somebody who did, and great performances, just fantastic. I want season 2 of this series. This is great stuff. This could not end the way it ended. Believe in your writers, Hollywood. Find the right people to take this on. Speak to the daughter of the author. The author unfortunately has passed away, but the daughter is still around, and maybe she can help influence this particular series. There has to be more. It can't end like this. This is, in my opinion, the best show. I'm not sure if I said this earlier, but this is the best show of 2024. If I said 2023 earlier, I apologize. 2024. And for that being the best show of 2024, this gets a straight sliced up and diced up. My birds is getting scared. I apologize, birdies. 10. 10, 10, 10. That looks like 8, but I'm holding the sword. It's a 10. It's a 10 out of 10. This is fantastic. It's been a while since I've enjoyed the series from start to finish. Not all the episodes were 10s, in my opinion. Out of the 10 episodes that we got, some of them were 7s, 8s, 9s. A lot of them were 10s as well. But overall, as a show that just was making me crave, there needs to be more of this. So 10 out of 10 for Shogun. I can't wait to see more. Let me know what you think of Shogun. It's currently on Disney Plus in Europe and the UK and maybe other parts of the world, and except for maybe North America, where I believe it's on Hulu. So let me know what you think of this series. Is it as good as I make it sound out to be? Is it as good as you thought it would be? Are you happy with it? Do you like it? Leave comments below. Let me know. Are you upset with it? Too much Japanese? Too much subtitles for you to handle? Can't handle that shit. Who knows? Let me know. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest YouTube channel you never heard of. Take care now. Bye-bye.